Hi everyone, this is Michelle. This is my second video, and I'm doing this video for Trade Wind Scrappers, and this is for Jenny, and her YouTube name is Ozegran, and she was dying to see it and couldn't wait until I posted it, so here I am doing it, and I'm going to try and get this done in the 10 minutes and not come back and do a second one. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We chose between us to do a vintage mini album between us. The album I got from Jenny was absolutely stunning. I love it. And you've seen Jenny's mammoth 16-part series on the making of my mini. So I didn't think I had to show you again of what it's like. Needless to say that I do love it. But this is my mini to Jen, and I chose to do one that Laura from Follow the Paper Trail showed as a tutorial. Okay, so here we go. And I watch other people do this, and I'm doing the same thing, you know, playing with the ribbons. You just can't help it. It's just a natural thing to go to play with the ribbons. So these are my fibres, and there's a mixture. Jen did ask for something in maroon, browns, greens, and I think she said tan. She gave me a list of 4 colours. So Jenny, I've tried to incorporate all of those colours for you, and I hope it passes muster. This is one of those roses that you know, that Tim Holtz virtually started and that everyone's done their version of. And this was, I got this from someone on there that did it without using a dye or anything, just cut the shape out. And I'm so sorry that I didn't write the details down of the video I watched to show you how she did it, but I fell in love with it and I had to make one straight away, and I've made several since. I don't have any swivel clasp yet, so I'm sorry Jen, but you just had to get one of my ball chains that I've had here. But I do have a philosophy tag here on it, and also a little locket that I had in my stash, so that's what's on the chain. And this here, it's just tulle, and I've just tied it in 3 little bows and then laid it out, and the hardest thing was getting it to jolly well stick to the paper last night, or the night before it was, and it took hours to get stuck. And I used a really good adhesive as well. So I'll just take this clip off and show you what the front cover. I'll just move that to the back. This is what we have on the front cover. So if you can see that. And there is 4 journaling spots on the 4 outers, and that one's just for a photo mat. And just when you finish with it, you just fold it back up. Alright, now this is a paper bag mini, and as I said, I got it from Laura on Follow the Paper Trail, and it was a new technique that she showed, whereas you have the hinges between the bags. Alright, so I've got an acetate with the French script from Stampin' Up there that I've stamped onto the acetate, and I'm going to just quickly go through this, girls, because it virtually explains itself as we go through. So I'll just pull out all the tags. The Tim Holtz journaling tag, and this was one I got as a digital stamp, I guess you'd want to call it, from the Cutting Cafe from Regina, and I just printed it out and cut it up and then just distressed it with ink, and that's a Tim Holtz fragment in the middle there, and I've used those liquid pearls between the word bingo. Okay, now the paper I've used for this whole thing is Once Upon a Time, which is from Die Cuts with a View. I love it, and I've got 2 pads of it now, so I was quite comfortable with letting some of the paper go. If you know me, you'll know that I hate parting with paper. And these are just all tags. I've let Jen decide what she wants to put on them. So some have got things on them, some haven't. That's just a plain one. I've distressed every one of them. And Jen, you've got more journaling stamps than I've got, so I just thought you'd like to choose your own to go on there. Now this is just a vellum envelope that I've, sorry, I don't want to wreck the rose on the back, that I made myself. And I've just tied it with some ribbon that I've had glued on the back there, she says. And then I've just got various journaling spots, and you can either do a journaling in the middle, or, you know, it's the story of you and your partner, Jen, or you and your husband. So, I mean, you can use the album for whatever you want. It was just your way of, you know, your turn to tell the story. Okay, this is one of those, another one from Laura on Follow the Paper Trail. She has some really good ideas, and I've made this one a couple of times now. So just a, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I should turn around and look more often so to see where the tag is. So that's just another tag, and I actually 3D'd Tim Holtz's The Journey Awakens the Soul, and I love that that saying. It's a really good one. Okay, and you'll see some other different marks on the back, and I stressed about it at first, and I thought, it just adds to the look. So yeah, you'll see a couple of little marks that I've actually, normally I would just redo it again and throw that one out, but I didn't. Some of these little tags are quite jarred in there. So here's another one. Again, some of them have got journaling things on the back. Oh, hang on, wrong way. Thank you. Alright. Okay, and I've used the chocolate one, the Glimmer Mist on this one, and also the Ironworks, the Glimmer Screens. And again, look, I made a mistake and I thought, oh gosh, that looks so good. I decided to leave it. The beauty is in the imperfections, girls. And this is another tag here. Again, this is one that I've Glimmer Misted, and I've used several colours on this one. And another fragment that I've actually adhered some of the Once Upon a Time paper to, and then just glued it on. No journaling spot on the back, I'm sorry. Okay, this flower here I've done with alcohol ink, and then I've put some of the blending solution on, and then it's just bled it all out, and I really, really love how it's turned out. And I've actually used it a couple of times now, and I've just stamped a script stamp on there, and it's not the Stampin' Up one, it's another one I have in my stash. Just some pearls there. Another acetate screen, just with a stamp that I've got there in my stash. And here's another one of those beautiful little flowers that I've just used some alcohol ink and then the blending solution. And you can see that one there. And this I've used from Natalie Bramisol, and she did this beautiful technique, and I fell in love with it. Oh look, I'll just drag it out if I can. And it was how she ages the paper. So I hope I did it justice, Natalie. I really do. And that little dark spot in the corner there, I actually burnt it with the heat gun. My bad. Never mind. But it actually adds to the effect.